The pundits are picking the Saints to finish dead last in the NFC South in 2017. Time for Saints football.
It's time to talk Saints football with the one and only Stephen Wiley.
Hi, I'm Steve Wiley. Welcome to the 2017 season of 70 Seconds of Saints. I have to tell you, last season got a little rough for me because, as you know, I cast myself in the role of the eternal optimist. And every week I tried to convince myself, all right, we're going to win. That got a little tough last year. By the end of the season, I felt kind of like the way Daniel Craig did after all the press junkets for Spectre. He was quoted as saying, "I'd rather slit my wrists than play James Bond again." Well, you know what? I have renewed optimism this season. After watching some of the stuff that I saw them do in the draft and watching it play out in the preseason, I'm really excited because priority number one was improve the defense. And I'm old school. I believe success starts at the line of scrimmage. And they came up with, 14 sacks in 4 preseason games? Yeah, I know it's just preseason. But I got to tell you, I'm so thrilled to see how Ole Kikaha back on the field. If you recall, in 2015, he started the season with 4 sacks in 8 games before an ankle injury hobbled him. Well, he's back from the knee injury that kept him out all last year, and he's looking good. You can't block this guy without holding him. Now, we got Minnesota to open the season, and their offensive line is brand new. So this ought to make things interesting. Now, it, of course, is particularly important for that pass rush to be ferocious because we got a lot of youth and inexperience at cornerback. I think we're fixed at safeties. Von Bell, Kenny Vaccaro, good to go. And thank God we have a new linebackers coach. That's going to make a huge difference. I'm feeling very, very great about that. Now, it's a tough start. 3 or 4 games away from the Superdome. Next week, we get the Super Bowl champs on a short week. But I think this team's looking good. I'm very, very optimistic, despite the fact that I recently watched a couple of talking heads on the NFL Network picking them to finish dead last. We'll be right back.
And now it's time for Steve Wiley's Pick of the Week.
Okay. Over the past 3 seasons, we've tried various methods of predicting how the Saints would do each week, and hopefully bring some luck, too. In 2014, we used a magic 8-ball. Well, it turned out not to be so magic, and I chunked it in file 13. Well, in 2015, tarot cards. So much for that. Then last year, fortune cookies. Enough of this hoodoo voodoo hokum. I'm just going to make the picks my freaking self. Saints are going to beat the Vikings. Yeah, I know, Steve, we've heard that before. I'm serious. They're going to beat the Vikings on the road. It's going to be great. I'm not worried about the offense. They're going to hang probably 30 points on them. I'm Steve Wiley. Thank you so much for joining us for a new season of 70 Seconds of Saints.